So let's convert this to battery power. So right now I've got it plugged in on this barrel here, giving it 5 volts. Okay, that's pretty cool and all, but it's not very portable. Like if I were going to install it in a house, yeah, this is great. This is the preferred way. But let's say I want to put it inside like a lightsaber or I don't know, some portable game or like goggles. I'm gonna need to have it battery powered. So this is just some random 1800 milliamp hour lipo off Amazon, and we're gonna convert all this to run off this little guy here. Okay. So first of all, I'm gonna unplug power, and then turn off my chip here, my board. There we go. Okay, so we know it had a program. We know it was flashing, right? So if we power everything on, it should start running again. So first thing I'm going to do is cut this connector off here. But it might seem like it's a good idea to just like take your snips and cut them both at once. That is a bad idea. You can literally weld your clippers together if you do that. Because when you cut them like that, you're shorting it out, and it's going to get really hot, and it can short out. Well, yeah, you just take care of the battery, right? So I'm going to cut one at a time here. I'm going to cut the power first. Okay. So right up to the head here, snip that, and then what I want to do here is let's strip it down just a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to twist this off. I grabbed another piece of whatever this is called, of red wire. There we go. Okay. I'm going to wrap these together. Perfect. Okay. And then get a little solder on there. I think the soldering iron's on. Oh. Looks like it timed out. That's all right. Let's see, so what we're going to do here is connect the power and ground to the battery and have them coming out. Well, the ground will be shared by everything. So the ground will go to this guy here, which will share it to that. I guess I should disconnect the barrel connector. There we go. Okay. And chop both these off at once because there's no power running through it, right? Okay. And then our power will get exposed here. Exposed. And let's see, it needs to go inside the power switch. So I guess I need one more cable here. Okay, and these are way longer than I'd ever like install into something, but it's nicer to show this. Okay. That's together, and then I need to tin this. And so we're going to be hooking stuff up, and I'll explain how it works in just a second here. Okay. Soldering iron should be warm by now. See, this needs to be tinned. There we go. Tin this little guy. Okay. Let's see. Get this guy going. And then we have our battery charger and our clips or switch that needs to be charged. Okay. Let's do some math real quick first. I'm going to go to the dual screen here. And let's so I've got 87 NeoPixels, right? The most they can take is 0.06 amps or 60 milliamps a piece, right? So that's 5.22 amps that it will take. Okay, if I were to leave it full white and didn't mind discharging the entire battery, 1800 divided by 5.22 equals, or I guess 522, 1800 milliamps divided by 522 milliamps. This battery would last 3.5 hours with this full white, so that's a long time, right? That's That's a good lightsaber dueler too. But typically it's 87 times 0.02. It's just a solid color. 174 milliamps. So 1800 divided by 174. There you go. It lasts 10 hours. So that's a long lasting little battery here. Cool. Okay. So let's take a look at this again. 87 times 0.06 is 5.22. That's the maximum current we're going to draw here, right? That's the maximum current we're going to draw from the battery. Our power switch needs to be able to handle that amount of current. And this power switch is rated for 6 amps, so we're good here. We're never going to keep it full white anyways, but if we do, this power switch will be fine. Okay, so we've got a good power switch that's rated for the current. We got the battery charger here. Now we need to tin everything. Okay, so I tin the wires, the power wire. I'll eventually get to the ground. I don't like the ground and power just floating out there. Let's see, tin that, tin this. Okay, so we take the power for the battery here and make sure we connect it to battery plus. That size battery plus, cool. Okay. There we go. We're now soldered here. And then this guy, oh, I never actually, what is this called? Stripped it. I never stripped it. There we go. Try to straighten it somewhat. Maybe, maybe not. Cool. All right. And we'll hook this up. There we go. Okay, hook this up. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay. So then we need to share ground here, I guess. Oh, that's right. This and this. Oh, I did it backwards. Ha. Whoops. This side goes in the Arduino. Okay. The double side, the side that I tied together, is the one that goes to the switch. Okay. And then I need to retin this. Oh, whatever. There we go. I'm going to run it through the ISP header and the power port. All right. Okay. So we got this going so far. Then we need the grounds connected. So this ground already shares with the Arduino. So we just need to get this ground and the battery ground connected. So I'm going to very carefully hold all this at once so they don't touch each other and ground out. Okay. You could also like tape up the power. You could cover things up, but I guess I'm lazy. See, I'm going to make sure the switch is off. Oh, switch was on. Switch is now off. See, strip that a little. I'm going to tie these together here. Okay. There we go. I'm going to trim it back just a little bit. Keep it nice and tidy. See, that's definitely minus. Yep, that's minus. Okay. Perfect. So, let's move everything out of the way. So now we're isolated here, right? We just have a battery. We have a battery charger so we can charge this thing up. Then we have the board here. Okay. And then we have a power switch that disconnects power. Okay. So ground is shared everywhere, right? There's ground going to the Arduino, going to the NeoPixel strip, going to the battery charger, going to the battery, right? Ground shared everywhere. Power goes from the battery to the charger board. I guess it goes from charger board to battery, and then to the power switch. And the power switch lets the power go to the Arduino and the NeoPixels. Okay, so if I flip this on, there it goes. All powered off this little battery here. Okay, kind of cool, right? And then I can grab a micro USB charger, which this one takes. Oh, it doesn't want to reach. Okay, well, you have to trust me here. It's right off camera. Oh, this has a tab on it still. Guess I'll break that tab off. There we go. Okay, now I can plug it in. And now it's charging while it's running. Right? And so I flip it off. And now it's just charging the battery. So that's why the battery charger is always connected to the battery. So even while it's off, it can charge. Then I'll flip it on. And it's just going to run it. So this can be installed in your goggles, in your lightsaber, and whatever. Okay, so we got this done, right? Now we have to be really careful because we cannot power this board off the USB plug or else it'll crash it, right? Because that's way too much current coming out. Well, kinda. During the fade up, it's actually not taking much power, but once it gets fully bright, then it takes a lot of power. So this program can overload your USB. You might need to disconnect power between the NeoPixel and this board here. So if I wanted to charge this or plug this into power to USB power, I might want to clip this cable here and then let the NeoPixels run off battery, let this run off USB, and then once I'm ready to install it, put it together and install it. Or else I could put another switch here that isolates this. But you do not want to plug the USB in while it's hardwired to the strip or hardwired to the battery. Like while the switch is on, the maximum this battery needs to get is 4.2 volts. The USB gives it 5 volts. You don't want to do that, okay? Overloading the battery can cause damage. It can blow up the battery. There's a lot of bad things that can happen. Okay, so be careful about that. Be careful about plugging the Nano here into 5 volts while it's connected to this circuit. Be careful about hooking up USB while this circuit is here. So if I'm going to hook it up to USB, I'll just show you real fast. I'm going to chop it. I'll chop it up here so I can easily resolder it later. There you go. Okay, the controller is off, but it's still running off battery power. Now I'm going to grab a somewhere around here. It was just plugged in. There it is. Okay. So now I've got a USB. There we go. So now I'm running the Nano off USB power. And then I'm running the NeoPixels off the battery, which is currently charging too. Cool. And so now I can program it. And once it's all programmed, I can disconnect the USB and plug it into this switch here and power it on. Anyways, I know that's a little complex. Sorry about that. It's a little tough to describe all these little nuances. But thanks for watching, guys, and good luck with it. And do be careful here.